All right, I'm ready.
Jessitt, are you ready? You haven't talked at all.
Hey, I'm ready to
Are
go.
you ready to be entertaining for 2 hours?
I'll try my best.
Let's hype him up. Let's hype him up. What else?
You got this, Jesitt. You got this.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, are you ready? Because the day of reckoning has come. Justice will be served. And today we are deciding who is the asshole and who is not.
Oh, great.
He's gonna serve justice all over me.
No, you can't open like
Welcome
that.
back to the Something Objectively Stupid podcast. Today we have with us Jesitt.
Hello. I'm Emmett's little
The
brother.
camera's over there.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm Emmett's little
The
brother.
camera's eyes are up here, bro.
He's a little shy.
A little shy.
Everyone say welcome to Jesitt in the comments.
welcome to
Everyone say
Jesitt.
hi, Jesitt.
You're in front of 30 people. Calm down.
For
Fine.
maximum
For
5.
now,
Maximum
your
5.
employers are going to see this, I hope you know.
Not my boss, bro. He'll fire my ass quick.
Why are we on that chopped
So what made you decide to join the podcast?
I got home from school and Emmett asked me to come and film. So
And I told him that we would stop at Facebook Marketplace pickup if he came with me.
right,
What'd you guys
right
get?
in London.
Skylanders. We picked up Skylanders today.
Right, great game.
That
Great
is
game.
peak.
Peak.
Oh no, I hated Skylanders. It was so
You
stupid
didn't like
to me.
it?
Really?
What?
That's
Guys,
crazy.
Is he the asshole?
Okay, so
We need to get into it. Yeah, we need to get into it. All right, so
Yikes.
today we're going to be reading Reddit Am I the Asshole stories,
Yes.
and then I'll be reading them, and then I need you three to deliberate on if they were the asshole or not.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, so and I know how Reddit is, where it's like someone says a story, and it's just like they leave out all the details.
Yeah.
Let's just assume that didn't happen. Let's just assume we have the whole story, and there's no bias.
Are you serious?
Okay.
Like, if we hear the story, you can't be like, oh, I can tell by the way that they're writing, they're leaving something out. I'm not allowed to say that?
No, you totally are allowed to say
Okay.
that.
I was like, no, their word is solid.
Can we...
Alright,
Actually, no. You have the thing. I was saying,
Yeah.
could we rotate
Let it
through who
copy.
reads it?
we
Just
could.
so that not all three of us are answering, but then you get a chance to
Yeah,
answer.
we
as well.
totally could because
totally could.
I haven't really read the stories. I just
Yeah. Nice,
I,
you
saw, I
just
saw
picked
the
them.
titles and was like that's good.
That's it. I think
Nice.
that's how it's supposed to be.
Anyway, so for the first story, we're going to be reading Am I the Asshole for making my sister's gender reveal cake gray because she wouldn't tell me the gender?
What?
Whoa.
First thoughts, what are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
And initial thoughts, like, kind of understandable. Like, get a gray cake or don't get two cakes. You're wasting money if it's pink or if it's blue. Don't get two cakes. But then,
Like
They're
if
not
you're
gonna
making
tell
the
you.
cake, you need to know what color is going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
exactly.
But then that spoils the surprise for whoever.
Then don't get them to make the
Yeah,
cake.
exactly.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
Yeah.
think that you should instead of making it gray, you should say, "Hey, I can't do this."
Mm-hmm.
So get someone else to do it.
100%. How are you expected to make a cake with icing color when you don't know what color to use? It's
Yeah, it
fucked
wouldn't
up.
be icing; it'd be the inside, the
Never
batter.
been to a
Right,
gender reveal
yeah.
party. I'm sorry.
Which I do think they are a waste of time.
Really? think
I don't
they're
like
fun.
gender reveal parties.
I think
Boo.
when it comes to anything with a child, like a baby shower or gender reveal party, any part of it's just exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like it's a child, right?
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's fair, but it's like, yeah, have your baby shower. I just don't think the gender of the baby, like having a reveal party for that, is necessary. Because it started off with like Kim Kardashian or one of the Kardashians
I don't
doing
remember.
it, I think.
I-
and it's caused so many forest fires now.
I imagine it more so not as like it's an event that you go to, but it's more like a barbecue that you go to. That's how I
Yeah.
imagine.
yeah. If
gender
you want to have a
reveals. It's like-
barbecue and be like, hey guys, by the way, the baby's this. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
I've always assumed that's what they were.
that's what I'm
But
thinking they are just with the
he's
title.
he's totally right. Like the evil gender reveal parties.
Yeah,
like you've seen the guys with the helium balloons and they're about to pop and they
Yeah, and they blow
explode.
The plain wildfires, bro.
Yeah,
Like a good gender reveal party is when nothing goes wrong. And it's mid at best.
Yeah.
A bad gender reveal party, people die.
So did people die when they made this cake? What's
Ma-
about
let's-
to- I'm
let's
excited.
find out.
Let's find out.
I, 23M, big as a hobby, and I'm pretty good at it. I get paid under the table for weddings and baby showers. Kind of good. My sister is pregnant and wanted me to make the cake for her gender reveal. Cool, no problem. I asked her to send me the info so I could prep the inside of the classic pink or blue filling. She says, oh no, I want to be surprised too. Just make it neutral for the reveal and we'll find out together. I was like, huh? So you want me a gender reveal cake with no gender revealed? She says she'll have someone email the info to me later. That someone never did. Deadline comes, and I still have no gender. They can't. They're gender.
So many liberals doesn't take to screw in a log by bulb. Jesitt, you know that one?
I've never heard that. Is that Trump?
No, that's
Oh,
the Joker.
wow.
That's the Joker.
New gen! Holy new gen!
I-
Holy
Sorry,
new
I mean,
gen.
2 out of 10 rage bait or something.
Yeah, 2 out of 10. Sigma.
What do
Sigma.
you say? Like, what's
Bada
your
bing.
thing?
Bro,
That, I don't
that, it's
know that.
Italian brain rot, bro. That's what's in
Yeah.
it.
That's what's in right now.
Yeah, bada bing.
Crocodile bump.
I was putting the twins to
That
bed last
sucks.
night, and they asked me, they're like, "Do you know bada beam?" I'm like, "Bro, enough. Good night."
That sucks. I'm sorry. Anyway, deadline comes. I still no gender, so I make the cake. It's gray inside, gray outside, just full of cement vibes. I even added a little fondant clouds for effect. It still tasted great, but visually grim as hell. How do you know how it tasted? If he's just making,
You have to taste test your food that you make, but
Every good.
every good
I
maker
know.
tests.
Stop that sentence. I know where it's from.
Yeah, I had to,
I know where
bite my
it's-
tongue.
The reveal day comes, they cut into it, and my sister looks pissed. Her husband is confused, and people start murmuring. Then she pulls me aside, like,
The specter, bro.
then she pulls me aside. Where was I? The specter. Then she pulls me aside, like, why would you make it gray? That's so passive aggressive. Calmly reminded her that no one told me the gender. I literally had no data to work with. I told her I wasn't about to guess or go full improv on someone's baby cake. Now, my mom says I embarrassed her in front of the family and that I should have tried harder. Tried harder to do what? Summon the gender through thoughts? Through vibes? So, am I the asshole for making the most neutral reveal cake in history?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is an easy yes. Like,
Yeah.
the deadline comes, and you're telling me you never tried to contact anyone?
Anyone, yeah.
Anyone?
It sounds like throughout this entire interaction that they didn't follow up with it. Nobody emailed me. Okay, well, text your sister, who's your, like, family member,
Yeah, see.
that you didn't get the fucking info for this.
Yeah, like take a initiative. kinda thing.
Exactly.
If I'm on the job site and I show up and there's no material for me to do anything, and at the end of the day I'm sitting on my phone, and boss comes by, why isn't anything done? No one told.
Yeah,
there's
do
nothing.
not be the no one told me guy.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
not be the no one told me guy.
Mhm.
It is so annoying. Bro. And also, the fact that you made it gray.
Yeah.
You could have at
Like you
least
still made
tried.
you made
Yeah,
the cake.
you could do-
Yeah.
You could do it white. Like, a white cake is fine.
Yeah.
But still, there's no gender revealed. You should still try to I feel like the color of the cake doesn't matter too much. I'd rather it
you
be
could-
like yellow.
It's
You
a
could do-
baby cake.
You could do fine with it as well. Like, you can have the inside a mix between pink and blue. Just have fun with it. Why is it gray?
Why is it gray?
Why did you pick gray out of every option
It's
that you
like
could have
cement
possibly
vibes.
had?
Haha, it's like I got you is what like
Yeah, also the fact that he's like, oh, I calmly reminded her that no one followed up with me. Like, you planned this.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
hoped that this would happen.
Yeah, this sounds like some
Steve.
petty ass revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's definitely information being left out.
It's the information being left out is actually nothing. He
It's-
didn't do
no, it's,
anything.
it's the gender. It's
It's
being
the
left
gender.
out.
That's the information.
No, the information being left out is I also didn't put any effort into it whatsoever, and I thought it would be really funny to make it gray. Like that was the information
Yeah,
left
that's
out.
He had an idea, was like, that's gonna be funny, and then did it.
Yeah.
And it didn't tell anybody. It's so shocking to me. Like, it's such a big event for some people in their lives. And you just don't tell anybody that you've gotten no information and just sort of in your own way lead people into believing that you have it covered
Mhm.
and that it's going to be fine and you have an idea for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell someone.
Exactly.
Tell someone.
And there is an edit, which I was
There's an
hiding.
Oh.
The edit says I actually did follow up, asked her a couple days before the reveal if the info had been sent. And she just said something like, yeah, someone's taking care of it. I figured it was handled. I don't want to pester her since she seemed chill about it at the time. Does that change any of your answers?
No. The fact that he said, oh, I did, like, that was the number one thing. It's like, by the way, I gotta cover my bases here, guys.
Yeah.
I did text her one time
Joey?
a couple days before.
It sounds like that, but it doesn't change my answer, but it sways my mental of it a little bit
Mhm.
in believing that
Less
okay,
of an
they
asshole,
did.
perhaps?
Yeah, less of an asshole. Before I was thinking like you're a pretty big asshole, but now it's like, oh, your scales are kind of tipping. You're still an asshole, but the scales kind of
Mhm.
tipping.
Jessitt?
Yeah, what is
I
this?
still think they're like the clouds, like adding the whole clouds, the gray cloud, the gray in front of all those people too.
Still super asshole.
Yeah, still super asshole. Even with the follow-up, she could have been like, nothing was sent, you know?
Or done something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, like I reached out once.
Yeah, I reached out once. Like how you
2 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
come
So
on.
Reddit gave them asshole poo mode.
That's what is
super,
that?
Super asshole.
So how to super asshole? Is that like on like when you play Minecraft Hypixel and you got the build?
Yeah, you got
build
super-
battle,
Yeah,
super
super
poop, and
poop.
like
yeah,
yeah,
that's how they do it.
epic.
Yeah, so that's
legendary.
so it's not just is the asshole, it's asshole poo mode. So like super asshole.
Nice.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You're super asshole, and the fact that you went on Reddit to try and like
Get the
validate,
validation
yeah,
from-
validate
So that's what
yourself.
this is as well. Like that's what am I the asshole?
Oh,
is,
yeah,
like,
it's validation.
yourself.
Validation, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people go there though when they're like genuinely concerned if they did something wrong.
Yeah.
That guy knew he did something wrong, and he was hoping
Is
that.
it
Piece of
that
shit.
bad?
Yeah,
I've definitely had some of those. Like, is it really that bad? And it's like it doesn't matter how bad the action was; it's how the person felt,
exactly. I totally agree.
right? Because like this is a bit of my story here, and am I the asshole for this? Let's see,
Is
let's see.
Aiden the asshole?
Am I the
High
asshole?
council
This is off
decides.
script here.
Okay.
This is my own.
I think I have a no. Let's try and keep names out. I think I know where you're going with the story.
I think
I
you
think I have
do.
a very clear vision of this story.
Alright, so this is what happens. I finished work one day, and there was a text that was going around like, "Hey, people are hanging out at my place. Come on down if you want." I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome." So I pick up some food because it's like 7:00 because I got off really late here, and it's a weekday. And then I get there, and then they're all packing up to go home, right? It wasn't that far of a drive, so it wasn't really much that out of my way, so I'm not really pissed about it. But I start, having a chin wag, start shooting the shit a little bit before they all leave, and then as soon as he's going, I was like, "Hey, you want this like slice of pizza?" To one of them that was leaving, he's like, "No, I don't want it." And then I was like, "No, you have to have this pizza." I'm like, I don't know why I was so convicted. to
You
feed him
drove
the
all
pizza.
that way for
Oh,
the
Yeah,
pizza.
like I don't know. I just had one slice left. He's like, just give it to the dog that they have. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You have to eat it. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I was like, look, I'm at my truck right now. You have to get to your truck. There's no way I don't
Give
throw
you
it
this pizza,
inside
yeah.
your truck before you get there. He's like, not if I do this, and he whips the box to the side.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And so then I run to grab the box, and he's already in his truck. He's gone. So I throw it in the back of my truck, and I peel. This is a small town, and I am chasing him around for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And then he starts to hop on the 402, the main highway,
Uh-oh.
right? And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I call him up, and I'm like, yeah, you win. I'm not doing that. He's like, okay, good. I was gonna take you all the way to down here, like 2 hours away. Is what you're saying. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. And he's like, okay, whatever. All right, see you around. Click. A normal person would go home.
This is where the "Am I the asshole" really starts.
A normal person would go home. I don't. I go to where he lives.
Oh my god.
I park 2 streets over, walk to his house, and hide behind a vehicle. Pizza in hand. I am waiting behind this vehicle for 10 minutes.
Oh god.
Checking my phone. I'm like, I'm about to give up. I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
behind this thing for way too long. I have
It's an
work tomorrow.
awkward amount of time.
Yeah, because this is a neighborhood. People are looking at me.
Yeah.
I've been there for way too long, giggling to myself a little bit, and I'm like, what if his parents saw me? What if this happened? And I'm like, I'm getting too self-conscious, so I'm about to hop out. Headlights
Uh-oh.
coming down the street. I get back in. Too late now. So then I'm like, okay, my vehicle's over there. He won't see it. And I'm like, wait, what if he doesn't pull into the driveway?
Oh my
What am I supposed to do? Run onto the road? That's dangerous. Luckily, he does.
Okay.
I don't hear anything. Like, no music, no nothing. And then into park, I hear the door click open. I'm like, surprise, bitch, as I jump up and throw the pizza as hard as I can. Window was down.
Yikes.
I clocked this guy in the face with a piece of
Oh,
pizza.
As hard as
It
possible.
splatters everywhere. All over his truck interior. And then he's like, dude, what the fuck? And the guy he took home is like, you're something else, man. And then it was just like they weren't really laughing, but they were.
Yeah.
It was like the
It was a awkward situation.
Yeah. And he's like, what are you doing? We went to the gas station. I picked up pizza pockets. How long were you here?
Hours.
So I'm just I didn't expect the window to be down. I thought it would be like, haha, I had nothing better to do. Throw it at your window, no harm, no foul. I didn't have anything to.
It was
with.
you didn't even look before you threw.
No,
bro. It was
because
You were too
I would have been
psyched
too
up.
late.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was waiting there for 10 minutes, cocked and loaded. You think I wasn't trigger happy?
Yeah, I think to me that's a really, really funny story.
He brought it up a week later.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm still mad about that.
I can understand, but like I don't think you're the asshole, bro. I think that's really funny.
I think when I first heard the rendition of the story, because I've heard it before, I thought really hard that you're not the asshole. I'm starting to lean more towards that you might be the asshole in this situation. Why did you have so much free time, and why did you choose to be so maniacal with it and laugh and giggle behind a car for 10 minutes in a suburban neighborhood to wait for what, to throw a piece of pizza at the guy? That's crying.
Aiden
Like,
was laughing, giggling, so that he could make that pizza slap and fling. I don't know. I'm
There you go,
giggling.
I can't even call you chronically unemployed because you said you were
I was
employed in
employed,
the
yeah.
story.
I was still in my work clothes.
Yeah, you said
I had the
that.
company logo on my back.
Oh man,
Word.
Justin,
That's
what do you
like
think?
Holy bit extension, bro.
that is, you took that so far.
Holy bin
I think-
extension.
I think in terms of Hypixel, you're on like the good scale. Like you're good. You're not great. You're not super, or you're not epic, and you're not super epic, but you're good.
Did you help? Did you help him clean it after though?
I had nothing to help him clean. I just left.
You are now
Okay.
down
Yeah.
a notch.
Yeah, you're now down a bit.
Down now a
I
notch.
would agree. I would have put
if
you.
I
like-
if I wasn't your friend,
I
if you
think
didn't know me and you just heard this story randomly,
I think I'd put you at pure neutral, just because if you're with the right crowd, like the right group of people, and that happened, some people might laugh it off and be like, "Man, you stayed here for 20 minutes and follow me around. That's kind of fucking funny."
yeah.
Mhm.
But if you get like Joe Schmo who hasn't like
Yeah.
kissed his wife in like a month, he's probably gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, if it was an evil biker guy,
Yeah,
he'd beat you up.
Allegedly, I was going like 100 down 60s to catch this guy, and he was going just. as
Okay,
fast.
so there's a,
Maybe we shouldn't openly admit to crimes on the
Allegedly.
podcast.
Allegedly.
In Minecraft.
in
in
Minecraft.
All right, I think we get you
So,
as.
so I'm a neutral.
I would put you one tick lower because it was
Yeah.
just like a peace, guys.
yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I didn't.
it's
I
good
didn't.
luck.
I didn't think.
You adjust it. You have to read the next
You're
one.
out.
I need to take a
gotta
pause because I'm so sweaty.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go right in.
Back from break now, and we have another one.
Yeah.
Is this good? Okay. Am I the asshole for not stopping my teenage son's girlfriend from kissing him? What? Me,
Yeah, you didn't stop him.
What?
me, 50, son 17, recently got into a car accident with a drunk driver. Very thankful that he is alive, obviously, but this car is totaled. The drunk driver was driving a pickup, and my son drives a small, old convertible. Most likely the reason the amount of damage. And he is fairly injured, i.e. multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc., and is currently recovering. This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the incident. My family, my wife, 45, my daughter, 14, got there and want to stay an hour before I want to stay an hour before his girlfriend? What?
Say an hour before his girlfriend. Like they were there.
Yeah.
About an hour.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say an hour before his girlfriend. When she came in, she ran to him to the hospital bed and started hugging and kissing him, mainly lips, but other places on his face too. She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive, and I was happy that my son and his girlfriend had such a good relationship. As we were driving home that night, my wife said she was upset I didn't say anything to my son's girlfriend. I asked, why would I have? She was being a good partner, yeah. My wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said he was going off to college regardless, and that she was being a really nice partner. And that night showed us how much we truly cared for him. She rushed off of work to get there and was wearing her work clothes as she got there. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought it was gross and that I should ask her to leave sometime. I told her that I'm not. I'm telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away someone that clearly makes him happy. She told me it was gross and that I needed our son comfort was good. Wait. She thought that was gross and needed to put a stop to it. I told her she was worrying about the wrong thing and anything that brought her son comfort was good. My brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing. She told me I needed to step up and do my job, and I kept thinking about it. And I've started to keep thinking about, and I'm thinking, am I in the wrong?
First
Hell
of all,
no.
Jesitt, are you dyslexic?
I'm not dyslexic. I'm not good at that kind of
I'm not digleglig. Not digleglig.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was good reading. That's crazy. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, this is super poop.
This is the
No,
wife.
the wife is super.
Yeah, the wife is super poop.
The husband
Hold on.
is not the asshole.
Yeah.
The husband is
husband's
not the asshole.
Like, you were in a near life or death experience, and then I don't know how long they were dating for. If it was like a month, then I
Yeah.
could see why you'd be weirded out about it,
Yeah,
because
regardless,
you don't
even
know
if
her.
it's a week, I think someone coming to comfort you in any form is always good.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah.
like he was kissing him on his lips mostly, and then on the face. It wasn't like she was sucking him off. Like,
Yeah,
you're
like, whoa.
Man, these bits need to be getting out of here. I don't know.
Well, you don't like the funny stuff.
No,
Yeah, Joey's not.
You want to be
liberal.
you want to be the something objectively serious
It's called
podcast.
it's called a joke, liberal.
you can't do this to me.
Yeah, I think the wife is projecting. I wonder if the husband's not actually a super good husband, and that he just
Oh.
loves his son. And I think the wife was projecting.
Do you think it's a dead marriage?
I don't know, but
we can't.
why
We
would
can't infer.
Yeah, we
can't
can't
infer
infer.
outside
No,
of the story.
I love making jumps and
Yeah.
conclusions.
Oh, okay.
I-
See,
I
we
wouldn't-
are allowed to.
Jumping to conclusions when I don't have enough information.
I wouldn't
I
say
love
it's
false-
a dead marriage, but like I wonder if like just because they've gotten older, they don't show affection that way as much.
I mean, they are like 50 at the time
yeah,
of the
50.
story.
Dad was 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they just don't show affection that way
To-
anymore.
To even tell him step up and do his job,
That's
that's
crazy.
fuck.
Yeah,
That's some
it's too
old
far.
style of thinking. Like, she's might be Amish. Like,
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe they were Amish.
and then they're on Reddit. The guy had
They
the
have
proper
carbs.
They have
brackets
carbs.
and everything. There's no way
Amish Reddit's real. All of
you
Amish.
can't find it because you need an
You
invitation.
need an invitation.
Well,
uh,
yeah, I think just
that's
the
pretty clear and cut, eh?
Yeah,
the
the,
cut and dry.
yeah, the wife is asshole.
Why do you care?
Yeah.
At that
Yeah.
point, it's
Not only that, but the son is going to college
Yeah,
next year.
it wasn't like he was
Yeah.
17, not like 13, not
And he's
12.
Literally it doesn't sound like critical condition, but he's in bad condition.
Yeah,
he's
like
in
it was a
bad
pickup
shape.
truck versus a compact.
Yeah, convertible. Like poor
Yeah.
guy. Boom.
that's terrible.
That's at least one big
Real
boom.
drunk driver was the the real asshole was the drunk driver. Why did he do that?
Is the drunk drivers we met along the way?
You're next, Joey.
Yeah. I
Well,
know.
Jessitt,
Stop
do you have
looking
any
at my title.
do you have any personal asshole stories?
Personal asshole stories? Am I the asshole? Here, let's do one more, and while we're doing that, I'll try and think of one.
All right.
Okay.
He's got that double brain power. He's like a dolphin. He can listen and think at the same time.
I don't believe he can.
My rule when reading
He looks like he doesn't think at all,
Playing
actually.
Clash Royale.
Yeah,
What
you used to
was
see him
gonna
play
teach
Clash
him?
Royale, man.
Put that
my-
on the bottom of the screen like Subway Surfers.
my rule for this is I'm gonna look over every 3 seconds, and if Emmett keeps looking at my paper, I get to hit him as hard as I can.
Fair enough.
stand
No
there.
cheating.
I'll stare into the eyes of my second boyfriend.
All right.
My current boyfriend.
Am I the asshole for throwing a cup of cold water on my naked husband?
That sounds awesome.
My husband has been tested for ADHD, but he doesn't have it. He has the guy.
Like, what?
What does this have to do with the story? Hold on.
But he like that's just like wanting to get this off my chest. He's been tested for it. He doesn't have it. Swear to God.
I'm actually praying to God that they don't elaborate, and that's the start. Please, please, please.
The way I interpret it is like he did get diagnosed and he has it, but she just doesn't believe
No,
it.
he went
Yeah.
to go get tested, and
Not real.
the results were inconclusive. So
So starting again, my husband has been tested for ADHD, but he doesn't have it. He has the kinds of problems that are associated with ADHD, however. He says writing lists, making a schedule, setting alarms, etc. is physically painful for him, and he'd rather just deal with occasional emergencies rather than be proactive.
I think that's just called being lazy.
yeah, I hate like the thing of like ADHD. Oh, just focus a little harder. But I think
Like, dude, you
I
gotta
think,
lock the
yeah,
fuck in.
If you've been tested and they don't have it, it just sounds like you're like a
just
loser.
lazy.
You're just a loser.
Yeah.
Like to set an alarm.
It's not that deep.
That's not that difficult.
99% of people with a phone do that.
Yeah.
If you're not setting alarms, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to wake up.
If you're not waiting there at 12 at night and setting an alarm, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyways.
You should be selling shares.
The specific problem. He often forgets to push the shower diverter valve down. You know, the little rod on the tub faucet that you push down to make water fill the tub and pull up to make the water come out of the shower head?
Okay.
For nearly 20 fucking years, I've been asking him to push that down. Since I was literally a teenager, I've been asking him to push that fucking thing down.
Wait, so he has a shower, and then when he turns it off, He doesn't put
just-
it back to the
Yeah,
tub.
there's
Yeah, he
the
doesn't
tub
do it back
diverter
to
that
the
you
tub.
pull
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So I always thought that when you turned running water off from the shower head, it diverts automatically back to the faucet.
Most do.
That's what I thought.
But this might be a different type of system because there are some that plumber Aiden here.
bummer Aiden here.
I never knew that
It's me plumbing.
It
existed
could
or
also
that I
maybe
should have
it
to
could be
push
a
it down.
different type because there are some
The
that go straight
pull-outs.
straight into the valve pull out.
Yeah.
Like you have one of those actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, I had to fix that.
I was
before.
there.
Yeah, I had to
I
fix
was
that.
there.
So yeah,
was there
you do have
too.
one of those as well. So that could be what she is talking about.
Mm.
So
Why?
that those do exist.
Why is she so upset about this?
Like she's
No
writing this
fucking
as she's
shower.
just dumped the water on.
I read like a little bit of the next line, and I kind of understand why she's
Yeah.
mad about it. So at least twice a month, I have a very unpleasant wake up / cold shower because I turn the water on and I get a cold spray from the shower, and every fucking time he's apologetic, and then a week or two later it happens again.
Okay, pause for a second.
Yeah.
You're blaming him for not remembering to turn off the diverter.
Yeah.
Can you not?
Mind link. Oh, hey, the diverter's on. Dunk.
Here's, no,
Like-
slow down. This is the same thing of like your girlfriend asking you to put the toilet seat down. Guys, it's not that hard.
It's not
Except
that hard.
I'm never gonna fall
I-
into the toilet, but
Well,
she is.
except
right?
if you're-
Why?
Because she comes at like 2.
Because she doesn't look?
But if it's 2 a.m. and you're tired,
No,
it's like the.
I agree that it's
Yeah.
you should be putting the toilet seat down.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty simple. But also, you shouldn't blame someone else when you could have looked.
I could agree, but also I can understand where her frustration. Like I completely understand where the
I understand where
frustration's coming.
frustration's
Um,
coming from, but let's see what the punishment was.
Yeah, well-
I have a question for you actually. Do any of you, when you're showering, hop into the shower and then turn the shower on?
I hop
No.
in. I have to in our shower.
No, you
We're
don't.
in the shower when we turn it on. You have to be.
You don't
in-
go.
Yeah, I
You-
do. I
you-
run away as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you don't stand
No.
there
Oh,
in
heck
that
no.
water. That's
That's
what
like-
she does.
That's like putting the milk before the cereal. You sit there,
Yeah,
wait for the water.
see
to-
that
That's what she
that
does.
is true. Why is she
That's what-
standing
Yeah, why is she
in
just-
the shower?
Like maybe it's a certain
Oh,
shower that's hard
if
to.
she thinks she's having a bath, she probably gets
Oh, just-
in and then turns
No,
on
but
the
who
bath.
gets rid-
No,
bathtub
she
full-
explained showers.
Yeah.
She explained that it was showers.
Okay, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading.
I thought she likes having baths, but the reason that the
Yeah.
diverter
Nope,
is 'cause
it's a
it
wake
turns
up
on the
cold shower.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't like the wake up cold shower.
That's what she, whatever. He'll do better for a while and then he slips it again. He's always telling me that he's working on it and hasn't been better about it lately. But somehow he's always working on it, always improving, and it never fucking stops.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today I just fucking had it. I stepped in the shower, turned it on, and had a very cold and rude awakening. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. I grabbed
fucking had
I grabbed the cup by the sink and filled it about 3 inches with cold water and walked out into where he was standing naked. He had just taken off of his pajamas and was going to take a shower after mine. Without warning, while he was looking down, I held a plastic cup firmly in my hand and grasping it tightly, I jerked that motherfucker in a 45-degree
You did
angle.
what?
In a 45-degree
naked
angle to
man?
get that cold water all over his torso and face. I told him that his apologies were worth the paper they were written on, and I was tired of listening to him congratulate himself for getting better, when I had been asking for 20 fucking years to stop doing this shit. I told him I don't accept his apologies, and the fact that it's an accident doesn't excuse it. I told him that from now on, every time I'm taking a cold shower, so is he. That I refuse to be a second-class citizen in my own home any longer. And if he refuses to make any changes to treat me better, I will instead make changes to treat him worse because I will not tolerate this any longer.
Oh my god, that was instant.
The last paragraph there has
Yeah.
some hard ass lines. Your apologies are worth the paper they're written on.
Bro, you are so right. She just threw that cup of water on him when she wrote that. That's frame one. Frame one.
Computer.
Yeah.
It was like, if I'm taking cold shower, so are you. Let me go tell Reddit about this.
No, I
Oh my
completely
God.
understand where
I-
she's coming from.
yeah.
I honestly, I don't think she's the asshole. I
What?
really don't.
Are you-
Listen,
What?
it's. I literally think that like he's like, yeah, babe, I'm working on it hard. I promise. And then nothing changes. Like, come on, bro.
So this was a very persuasive text, right? Like she
100%.
was
Yeah.
this was very opinionated. So it's easy to take her side, but like I have to take her
I
side.
have to take her side. I think she's in the right.
Like she's a little petty, yeah, but I'm not gonna call her an asshole for it.
Everybody in their life has like, or your significant other will always pick something that you do that they just absolutely hate. Could be chewing with your mouth open, chewing too loud, snoring.
Yeah.
And you to be like, yeah, I'm working on it, and then not actually working on it.
Yeah.
That's just gonna make them hate it more.
And then if you're there for 20 fucking years.
yeah, like at what point do you actually say, you know what, maybe I do actually care about what my significant other thinks, and I will make small changes.
Or at least fucking own it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some guys with a toilet seat argument, they
You're like,
forget.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, and they own it. I have a little bit of respect, not a lot,
Not
but
a
it's better than saying I'm sorry, I'm gonna fix it, and then don't do
And
shit.
yeah.
I hate liars.
I'm gonna give my opinion on this last because it's...
Well, Jessitt's lost to
Jessitt,
give his
Yeah,
opinion.
I know. So Jessitt,
Okay, so
you first.
here's my thing. I have a big problem with missing the bus, and Emmett doesn't like it
Yeah,
because
I
he has
hate
to.
it.
This feels like it's the ADHD thing again. He has ADHD.
He's not.
No,
Tie this
just-
in. Tie this in, buddy.
Tying it in by I have the same problem as the dude in this one, where I say that I'm gonna not miss the bus,
Yeah.
and then next week like I do,
Yeah.
and it's annoying. I see where he's coming from, so I just don't know. The cup
So
of
hear
water.
me out. Hear me out. If you keep missing the bus because you keep forgetting, what if Emmett one day said, if you're missing the bus and someone has to cover for you, right? Now you have to cover for me, and he made you drive you somewhere. Like you had to drive him somewhere out of your way.
I
Completely
feel like
inconvenient.
we usually have those times to repay.
Yeah,
each other, right?
usually it's like, Jessitt, you missed the bus, you do the kennel, and then I'll take you.
That's
you do my
basically
chore,
usually-
and
Yeah,
I'll
so
take you.
the guy isn't facing any repercussions until now. So
Yeah.
it'd be this
Which is
the
the
cup of
water
water
Mhm.
is
But that's
the kennel.
a lot more harsher than like, hey, can you do the dishes for the next week?
What? The dishes for the next week
You know
are
what?
like 3 hours of work.
Yeah.
A cup of
I-
cold
I-
water gets a message across pretty sufficiently.
I guess, but that yeah, I guess.
Sometimes you gotta swat a dog on the nose to teach it.
It's just in my opinion, I think it's just a lack of respect. It's a lack of respect.
Mm.
And I hate the thing where he's like, he has problems associated with ADHD, but he doesn't actually have ADHD.
Yeah, like first
Hey-
of all, you're just
I see men with I seen toddlers know how to put dishes away. Like when I was at school, I went to the daycare program. After they were done eating, they were able to wash their dishes and put them in a dishwasher every time without
Yeah.
being asked. Why can't a 30-year-old man turn the faucet or hit the converter? It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
that's a bit of a smile there, Joey.
Yeah,
Let's
what
see
you
what
got
your
there?
take is.
I'm about to cook. But before I cook, I'm gonna give you the result.
Before I cook,
Yeah,
let's
what is-
let's
I'm gonna
give you the
listen to
results.
our
the
sponsor
result,
Factor.
the results of this were asshole poo mode, and I'm gonna give my argument as to
Yeah,
why I
why?
believe that it is asshole poo mode.
oh no.
So this, from reading it from my perspective, she is very angry when writing this.
Yeah.
like
How could
like
you tell?
multiple. It's just like the multiple swear words throughout this entire text and everything like this. This final arch villain paragraph of a final block of text, right? And it's just, she's so angry at him. She's been dealing with this for 20 years. At what point in your relationship do you go, wow, this is like a constant problem with him? This is something extremely fucking small, right? Maybe twice a month. Twice a month.
Yeah.
That's 2 days out of 30, right?
Mhm.
It's not a huge occurrence. So when you're in a relationship, you kind of think, yeah, he's kind of stupid. He probably didn't touch the water inverter. Maybe I shouldn't be a psychopath and step in the shower right away and turn the faucet.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Okay.
should just go, oh, turn the faucet on for 2 seconds out of my day like a normal human, grab something, and then go into my shower and avoid the problem completely
That is
without
so-
even having
that's
to
very
do it.
valid.
That's
yeah.
so fair.
Are you saying this is the asshole or should
I
I'm
don't-
saying she's the asshole.
I don't think it's super
Yeah,
asshole though.
So
I think she's a big asshole for escalating it to the point of she got so mad to the point where she.
cold water.
I get that. It
like
was,
you're
it was
acting
more
like
the
she
mentality.
murdered his dog.
No.
Here's-
She,
Every time I
Yeah,
take a
here's
cold
the-
shower, I killed a loved one.
Here's the other thing. Like, I don't want to defend her because, again, I don't think she's completely in the right. But
Yeah.
I agree with her more. Bro has trouble setting alarms and writing lists. Like, she's already compromising with that, probably helping him with that.
yeah.
All she's asking is for one little thing that he says he will change, but has shown no effort
I feel
towards
like that's a part of life is like I go through my day and I
Yeah.
have tasks that I do where you guys do it, like leaving the fridge open or you leaving like the coffee
Putting
shit.
cereal in the sink.
Yeah, I do that. Anyways,
Why?
the coffee like in this thing, I think that's a part of life of just
Yeah.
like managing it and just doing
Yeah.
it.
Well,
And
like,
you don't I don't get mad at you and like spray you with coffee.
No, I don't
grounds.
ever spray you with water. I don't ever like kill you when you miss the bus. But
I
okay,
know.
you do chores.
And that's why I
Yeah,
think
so-
she is the mega poo.
I think she did overreact, but also like the overreaction is a cup of water. Like it's not like I'm gonna say you're an asshole for that. I'm gonna say
It's-
okay.
Yeah.
like,
it's-
like an act of
I think
disrespect.
the wall for me is that he says yes, I'm gonna work on it, but then multiple
Yeah.
times doesn't. That's the
so
roadblock.
here's the thing: she could also be overemphasizing that because she'd be like,
True.
he keeps saying that he's gonna fix it, but it could also be like, you keep saying you're gonna fix that light,
Yeah.
and you haven't got to it yet. It's like I don't want to do more work when I get home. It could be something like that where it's like he says he's gonna do it all the time, and then it's actually something you never bring up, and
But
just say that you bring it up.
It's as simple as just instead of getting in the shower first, just hit it.
It's
Well,
as
like,
simple-
it's as simple for
As
both.
him-
It's
yeah,
as simple as
for
both, right? And also, I think like splashing with cold water, I kind of gotta say, if I kept doing that problem, first of all, what I would do first is do the diverter. Like
Yeah.
I would just look at that shit first. If I go to a bathroom, I look at the toilet. I don't just plop my ass down assuming that it's
Yeah.
golden. Because if you don't check your surroundings,
Yeah, but
that's
like,
on
what
you.
if you come home hammered one night and you just fall in, right? Like,
fall into
Okay,
the shower
I'm not
and turn
going
it on.
hammered into the shower.
It's your fault for being hammered.
Now-
it's not another person's
Yeah.
fault that you're drunk and
Yeah.
you're stupid.
I don't know. I think it's the same as a toilet seat argument. It's
I
like,
think
it just takes one. It takes one person to step up. That's
One
all it-
bad day.
One
One
person
bad day.
and one bad day for shit to go
Crashes in.
awry.
Yeah.
This
one bad
fucking
day.
asshole, 20 fucking
All he has to do is like again, it takes one bad day for her. And it's one easy day for a bad day for him is, oh man, I have to hit the switch. A bad day for her is a cold shower.
Yeah.
It's
well,
not like
but here's the thing, like
it's
both have to do a very minor thing.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
don't think we should be equating like, oh, all they have to do is this, all they have to do is this. I think what we should equate is that he's saying that he's going to fix,
Yeah.
and then
that's
he
the
doesn't.
roadblock.
And if someone keeps telling me, yeah, I'm gonna stop that, I swear. Like if my buddy keeps saying like I'm gonna quit nicotine, I swear I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
he's
smoking,
not-
and then he's asking me for a cigarette the next day.
Damn.
there's something underlying this. It's not, this argument can't just be
Oh,
about
yeah.
a cold shower,
There's-
obviously,
yeah,
right?
There's more.
There's something underlying this, because to experience a cold shower twice in a month and
It
to
ain't that
and to,
bad.
Yeah.
and to crash out in that manner, and even though it's not a massive crash out, but even to crash out in general and then go onto Reddit and talk about it, there's something
Yeah,
else
you're
going
so
on.
right.
There's
more.
something else going on. It's not
Yeah.
about this
Yeah,
in
so
general.
I feel like then I might have to just say that the girl is the asshole for escalating, kind of how Joey said, because like if there is something else going on, then you need to address that and not just act like a child for
Yeah.
this section.
It's the same thing with the wife in the last one. Is that there's something else
Yeah.
going on, and that needs to be addressed first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Before
like if you're being this emotional about getting shot in the face with some cold water, because that happens to me too. I forget to look at the diverter,
yeah.
and then I go to turn it on, but I go to like hop out immediately, but the
Oh.
the arm is pointed directly towards me.
There's
more!
There
Hold
in
on,
fact,
hold on,
there
hold
we
on.
go.
Okay. I'm going to continue to surprise throw a cup of cold water on him every time I get a surprise cold shower. I'm tired of fucking asking / begging for basic fucking respect and not getting it, with the implication that I have to fucking put up with this forever. So Reddit, I know I'm probably an asshole, but am I a justified asshole? Edited to add the forgotten words, asking, begging.
So
edited to
this
answer
changes a
questions
lot
about
because this
asking.
is an edit. So we don't know how.
Yeah, what-
this wasn't immediately.
No,
after.
that was still. We're not even in the. We
Oh, we're
just
not
got
even
into
in
the edit
the
now.
edit
No. Well, now it's on to questions.
Edits,
yeah,
yeah.
for the edited questions. Why don't I just check myself / why do I expect him to leave it the way I want it left? A, I don't expect him to leave it the way I want. What I expect for him is to leave things the way he found them. When he walks into the bathroom, it's pushed down. That's how I leave it, so he doesn't get blasted with cold water. But he doesn't leave things the way he found them. Instead, he often leaves the last 10 or 20% of a task for me to clean up for him. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Question, why don't I leave
So
it the
right
way...
there. That's the something more going on. It's not just this. It's the tended.
But what it sounds like is she's doing it for him, so she expects him to do it for her, which
That-
is such a simple ask.
That is
That is
very-
such a simple
yeah.
ask. Anyways,
I like some of these. Why don't I leave it the way I found it? Why don't you leave it up if he leaves it up? Answer, if I left things the way I found them, I would live in a sty. I would
Okay.
I would also
She had me on her side and then she lost me again.
I would also spend a great deal of energy making things messier, as I would literally be cleaning up to make space for myself and then undoing that work to put things back as a mess. She fumbled the bag.
It just sounds like you're dating someone you don't want to date.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I like things this specific way. Okay, doesn't do those things this specific way. Why aren't you doing the things how I like them?
You can't change.
Why are you doing
people.
things the way you like them?
Yeah.
Why not the way I like them?
You can't change people. That's so it. Yeah.
Last one.
There's another
Explain your shower to me / why are you getting in before the water is warm?
Big.
Answer, just gonna quote you / this guy's username. Folks, you're misunderstanding her situation. She leans into to turn on the water, expecting it to come out of the spigot. Instead, shower mode is still
That's
in place,
so
and the water
true.
sprays out of the shower onto her head. This is completely rude of the husband to not switch the water flow back to the spigot when he's finished showering. This is just basic etiquette.
Yeah, that's so true. You turn on the water and you put your hand underneath to feel for when it gets hot.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I always do it through the shower head.
Yeah. Same.
No, because we don't have when
At
I was a
Mom's,
kid.
at Mom's.
When at Mom's. I still how I do it though. I turn it on. I wait for the water to get hot,
Yeah.
and then I turn on the shower head.
So I don't
Hot
have a
water.
tub spout in the shower I use.
Yeah,
So I have the handle and the rain head.
yeah.
So what I do is I lean in, sliding door open,
Yeah.
little, and then I twist it all the way. If I don't check the diverter, which is right there, the shower head is normally put at an angle. People don't care about it,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's always pointed at the door.
Yeah.
And you get blasted no
Have
matter
you been
how fast.
blasted
Yes, I
before?
have been blasted.
And was it annoying?
It was annoying, but I'm like, fuck, I should have checked that.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
agree.
If someone was in the shower before, I'm like, why didn't you change it? I did say that once. I'm like, wait, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
Like, why am I not looking?
I have been.
I'm turning on the water. It's right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like-
Our shower has the same thing at Dad's, and yeah, I've been sprayed a couple times, but I got into the habit where I put my hand on the top to turn on the water.
yeah,
Like,
it's just
I turn the shower head that's on. Usually I put it on the floor,
yeah.
but
What? Like the mini one?
yeah, I turn both them on. But the mini one sometimes hung up properly, so I
And that would
twist it.
spray you.
Yeah, so I twist it first because I've
Yeah.
been sprayed like 4
It's the mindfulness before you do the task, right?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
you yourself are mindful. It takes 2 seconds to just go, okay, it's pushed up or it's pushed down. It takes
Yeah.
a glance.
I feel like
And
this
it
is
also
almost a
does just take a
callback.
push.
I want to make a callback to our $1 Million Ideas episode. You're not going to forget to bring your batteries. You're not going
Yeah,
to forget to
you're
charge your
not.
batteries after forgetting once. Once
Once.
you get shot with cold water,
You're not.
you say you've been dealing with it for 20 years. If I'm
Yeah.
getting hit with cold water for 20 years,
I'm
I'm the
figure it out.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Figured
it's
the
both
monkeys.
of them. It sounds
Yeah.
like you're dating someone you don't want to date. So what are you doing? Also, you can't change people. Like,
yeah.
At what point do you just say?
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna-
it's
yeah,
again, it's
Yeah.
not that big of an ask, but it's
Mhm.
also not that hard of a fix.
It's not that hard.
So there's
Yeah.
definitely a bunch of other problems that led up to this one being the blowout.
yeah, she just blew up over a small problem. I'm back on
Finding-
Joey's side.
Finding things to be mad at.
Yeah.
I think that they're both an asshole. Him for
I
saying he's going to do
I
it
just
for
flipped
sure this
backwards,
time,
so I didn't see it.
and then doesn't, and then her for just not.
That piss.
What?
I gotta take a
We're gonna
fat-
go take this.
Go.
I'm sorry.
Go,
Piss
little boy.
break.
We're back from our break.
Good win.
We're sweating our balls off, so everyone's got popsicles now, and we got a fan.
Yippee!
going.
Yes, my popsicle.
And while in our intermission, Jesitt had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. And
Aha.
He's ready for his I am I the asshole story.
So
Aha.
I have a story, and it's from high school, and so basically, you gotta picture this.
Picture this.
Picture-
I'm in grade 10, and I tried out for my baseball team. I try out for all teams, like sports
Oh,
teams,
I
because
know
it's
this one.
fun. Yeah, Emmett knows this one. I try out for all teams because it's fun, and I made the team, and I made the team as a backup pitcher. And anyways, that's all
you're
blah
a-
blah blah.
You're a pitcher.
You should see this guy throw a ball.
Can
Dimes.
you throw a fastball?
Dimes.
Yeah.
Not he's.
After this, we're showing a video of him throwing a dime.
I don't have any
we
videos. I
don't
missed
have
all his
videos,
baseball
bro.
Get
games.
one.
I wish I went because there was one when he got canceled. Anyways, continue the story.
The mic. Anyways, we're at one of our
We're
games,
good.
and this is what's called a double header. I don't know if Emmett would know, like, cause sports. He
Bro,
doesn't-
explain
I
it.
played
baseball.
I don't know what a double
A
header.
double
is.
header is 2 games in one day, and in most high school sports, that's how it is for baseball.
Just fucking say 2 games in one day. Don't
No,
say-
double header.
Double header is the baseball. You gotta
Obviously,
take 7. Gotta
this
talk
guy
to
doesn't
The only
Big
double
man.
header I know is a snake's penis.
They have 2 heads.
Damn.
Damn.
Sometimes.
Anyways,
It's different.
It is different.
Why do you know this?
I saw a post about
Because we don't play sports. We look up snake penis.
Anyways,
we're in the doubleheader. Now, we had the first game, and there's this kid on this team. His name... what am I talking about?
his name
I don't
is
know.
Jonathan.
His name is Jimmy Jujaw, and he is the coach's son, and he plays
Is he
triple...
Jimmy Jujas Senior?
Jimmy Jujaw Jr. here, and he plays AAA baseball. He's really good at baseball. He's a grade higher than me. Anyways, he's the coach's son, so we're at his house after this first game. We all drove back to the coach's house, and I don't know what it is. Just coming up for this, the kid I don't know. He just doesn't like me. There was a few instances where he just would like be mean to me. I don't know what it is. Anyways,
I mean, you look bullyable.
yeah, that's true.
I'd shove you in a locker.
Get out of here. Anyways,
What are you talking about? He looks like Brad Pitt. Put a picture of Brad Pitt on.
Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Fight
Jesitt.
Club Brad Pitt.
anyways, we were playing wiffle ball. I'm not albino. We were playing wiffle ball baseball in his backyard,
Peak.
and we were playing, and I was up to bat, and he was on the other team, and he was like near first base, and I hit one like a line drive down right onto first base, and I was running as fast as I can, and this is all accidental. I like kind of half slid into it, and well, it was for some reason he had a can of Coke Pepsi. This guy Jimmy Juja had a Coke Pepsi, like a Coke Pepsi double. He had a Coke in his hand. Whatever.
Yeah, wait a minute.
He had a soft drink in his hand, like a can of it, and I hit it, and it spilt a little bit. Like it came out a little bit, like hit him, of course, like his hands.
Yeah.
And then, out of rage, he grabs it and pours it all over me, on my back, and I'm like running away, and I'm laughing because I can't do anything. But
Sounds like Dude Perfect wiffle ball. the
Rage Monster.
Rage Monster.
The guy
came
eating the
out.
pickle in the corner.
Rage Monster came out and he poured it all over me and then threw the can at me, and like I ran away, and I was laughing because what am I gonna do? Be like, hey, what?
Yeah, but your laugh's annoying as fuck though. So I mean, I'd be.
What is this? What is this?
I-
Justin
I-
Slander?
yeah, what the
What
fuck?
is this, Justin
You
Slander?
go.
I'm imagining like
Hey.
skipping away.
I'm not skipping away. I was just like, oh, like I just got pop sprayed all over me.
Yeah,
and
you're
this
going
kid's
for
like,
the second
had my-
base.
And then bunch of kids, like, most of the people on the team were like, hey, like, why'd you do that? Because you shouldn't. He did that. I don't know why.
Why do you do that?
And then yeah, and he was like, what the fuck, man? Anyways, that's what happened. I was like, wow, like who does that? That's kind of horrible. And we're
Yeah.
on our way. I was driving with a kid and another kid in a car on the way, and I just said, I'm like, why did he do that? It was like really mean of him. Like, does he do that often? And they're like, man, I don't know. Like, he just gets mad sometimes, and I don't think you should say that. So I was like, what?
Your
you
friends
serious?
are being like, why are you asking?
Yeah,
these
and I was like,
questions
are
about
you
this kid?
serious? Like, he literally did that. And there were some kids on the team who stood up for me who were like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. But there were a couple who were like, hey, man, like,
Calm down. It's just pop.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
like, what do you mean? So,
Yeah.
am I the asshole for saying something about that?
I think you handled it very maturely because most people, when getting
He
pop
says
dunked
laughing and
all
skipping
over-
away.
I didn't laugh and skip away.
He
King
has,
Julian.
it's the exact same reaction that I do to actual authority and people telling me things.
Yeah.
But his is just him actually thinking like it was a joke. But most people who would respond to pop being dumped all over them is like, we're
Upset.
fighting now.
Yeah.
Like most people, it's you're fighting.
Yeah. I
The
can't-
guy who poured the drink on you is the type of guy to start fights at bars for fun.
I know.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know.
fun.
And
Timmy Tough Knuckles.
But yeah, you're definitely not the asshole there because you were playing a game. You went to go be safe because the ball was,
Yeah.
very close to
He
you.
was
So you
the-
went for the slide and then you hit him.
the
And he's
only
holding a
one
drink in a
holding
game.
a drink. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like-
I think it's weird that your friends in the car were like, "Yo, why are you saying these things about this kid?" And you're genuinely concerned, covered in Pepsi Coke.
Pepsi-
Hell
no
no.
product placement.
Yeah, Pepsi Coke.
Neither brand can use this.
Pepsi Coke.
I think you're clear cut dry the asshole. I don't know why you.
Yeah,
don't do that,
dude.
What the fuck?
You left a racing stripe down his
I've got
chest.
the last one. Am I the asshole for telling my roommate that I don't want his girlfriend at our house when he's not home? I, 35M, have lived in Texas since 2017.
L.
Hell, yeah, get out of there. bro.
35.
35. Yeah, get off Reddit, bro. Get
Damn.
off Reddit, Unk.
The last one was 50.
Yeah, 50 on
Yeah,
it.
wait, what?
What are you saying? Get off of Reddit, Hung. This was a father. Was the last one?
I built a close friend group. Most of I met through church. Okay, yeah, he lives in Texas. None of them are people of color. Unfortunate.
Does that say that?
No, but he lives in Texas.
It's implied.
He lives in
Those kind of
Texas,
pops.
and yeah, he lives. This also doesn't have at the top.
The story.
I don't know. At the top, there's no answer on if he was the
Oh.
asshole, so we get to decide. One of my close friends, Han, 32M, man, he just name dropped, moved here in 2018. We
Man.
quickly became friends and then roommates. Nia, 37F. Okay,
roommates.
he's going for heads.
I don't think he's using the real names.
I would
I
assume
hope
he
not.
is. I hope he is.
When someone says like using fake names, obviously I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
If you don't specify if they're fake names or not, then what does it
No,
fucking matter?
yeah.
I just always assume they're fake names because who does that?
Yeah, who does this?
We're gonna
Nia,
find them.
37F, also moved here at the same time. She and Han eventually started dating in 2019. Took a whole year. Nia always has been rude, and I used to chalk it up to cultural differences. Oh boy.
Oh, so
I'm on the money. I'm on the money.
You're dead.
Whoa.
you got that
But
head
it's gotten
on.
bad over time. She drinks more than she can handle, and when she's drunk, she does things like tug on my shirt in front of people and try to take them off as a joke. She ripped a few of them. I need a napkin, I guess. I was annoyed.
You need a what?
Nothing. I was annoyed, but I didn't make people try. I didn't make a big deal out of it. Others were put off by her behavior. The situation blew up during a solar eclipse gathering in April 2024. Holy recent.
2020. Oh yeah, because it
Yeah.
went right through.
The
Okay.
total,
I
right?
had taken the day off, picked up breakfast and donuts for everyone, and brought eclipse glasses. Nia came out of Han's room as the eclipse started and yanked the glasses off of Han's face while he was staring directly at the sun. I told her, okay, this is where you become the asshole. Get your own pair, meaning pairs I left by the door. She threw the glasses back at Han and stormed off. I didn't think much of it. Later that day, she grabbed one of the
Okay, what does this
pastries-
have to do with her being left alone at his house?
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna
We'll
get
get
there. Yeah, grabbed one of the pastries I brought and joked, none for you, in a tone that we'd often used as a joke. She shot back something snarky, but we all laughed. I assumed everything was fine. Months passed. Okay, time skip.
Wow.
Where's the training arc? And while at dinner with friends, I asked her a
Yeah.
question and she ignored me. When I asked again, she snapped in a tone that made everyone go quiet. Later that night, I asked Han what was going
Okay,
on.
pause. Jessitt, you're being real seductive with that popsicle. I don't want
This
this to
is
be
all
it.
on film.
Like,
yeah.
Hey!
dude, no, like this has to be cut.
Minor.
Oh,
and you,
fuck.
yeah. You cannot be doing that, like in the
I
corners.
I can zoom. He hasn't said much. I
Yeah,
can zoom in.
That's gotta be. No. We can't. Like, are you sure you want that? Because it could happen.
Was he doing it on purpose or no?
Okay,
This
then-
is a not zero chance. I'm telling you.
Just that you might break someone's
Drop me out
streak.
in the corner.
Yeah, I'll crop this and
Okay, thank
I'm gonna say
God.
he's eating. I'll put an image up on front over top of him, say he's eating a popsicle.
Just blur him out.
Yeah,
Eating a popsicle.
blur.
Yeah, it made everyone go quiet. Later that night, I asked Han what was going on, and he said it was about the day of the eclipse. I offered to apologize and talk to her about it, but he told me to let it go and that it would all blow over. Out of respect, I stepped back from the group events to give her space. But it didn't help. It just isolated me. It's been over a year now, Daddy.
I really, really miss you.
What?
Yeah, I
That's
really,
that's
really
a bad
miss
one to quote.
It's not a real thing. But
What?
It was made
Yeah,
for
I
an
miss
ad.
you?
It was made
Yeah.
for an ad.
Yeah, about a dead dad.
Unfortunate. It's been a year, Daddy.
And
It's been over a year now.
Dead cop.
I stopped being invited to things, and it feels like I'm being pushed out of the group. I've fallen into a depression over this because I feel like I've lost my closest friends and my entire community with no chance to work things out. Recently, things escalated. She finished her studies and can't live on campus anymore. Han and I are still roommates, and clearly she is now living at our house. I asked him directly if this cold shoulder from Nia could go away. He thought about it, then said no, likely never would. So I told him that I'm no longer comfortable with her being at the house when he's not there. I explained it's not about where he is when he is home too, just when he's not there. I can't trust someone who acts that way. She has been since I've purchased almost all of the shared items in the home. What?
Yeah.
is he saying that she'll destroy them?
I
Like,
think
don't-
so, yeah.
Most
Hans
people do.
understands
Really?
and agrees, but since then he's been
That's
avoiding
crazy.
me. He's been leaving for work earlier than usual and getting home later. We used to come home and go around the same time daily. Now it feels like he's dodging me. So am I the asshole for setting that boundary and saying I don't want her here alone anymore? I tried to keep peace, gave it time, and even distanced myself to avoid drama. At this point, I'm exhausted.
So that's a lot.
Those are-
There's definitely so much being left out. There's
Yeah, that's
so
a lot of
being left out.
backstory for just being like, she's mean to me and I don't want her in the house when he's not there. Which, I mean, it's your house.
It's your house.
You want to be safe where you live. So I kind of gotta
it's-
feel like you're valid, but also like you can't control. She's not paying rent, I'm assuming, because otherwise he would be
Yeah.
paying less.
I think, yeah, they probably pay per
So
room.
she's just kind of freeloading. And if someone's being a freeloader in my own house and then hates me,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
I had someone close to me that had to deal with a situation with their personal space being violated within their living quarters, just to keep it anonymous and what have you. But it's big. Like, it's a big threat to privacy for the one place at the end of the day that you can go home and know you're completely fine. This is all your stuff. You can get in your routine and have a good night. Once that space is violated, it takes a lot to get the trust back that this is my space again. And you're never quite as comfortable the same, especially if the person who caused damage to any of your stuff is still there.
yeah.
Yeah, you
And if
gotta
they're-
walk on like eggshells.
If she's freeloading in this as well, it just turns into the fact of, if he doesn't like her being there and the other guy refuses to move out, just drop your half of the lease and
Yeah.
just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even again, there is still stuff missing, but if you're living there, you kind of have to be nice.
And Texas too. I don't know what his job is, but Texas is pretty cheap land if I
Cowboy.
remember.
cowboy, he's
Cowboy.
a cowboy.
Yeah.
I think I have a feeling that it's racially motivated.
What?
I don't
No,
I
no,
don't
I,
know
I
why
kind
I
of
feel
have
that
to
way.
agree
Yeah.
with Emmett because from the very start you're just like, yeah, and like she's from somewhere else is what he said.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
like
like- I don't
met all
think-
his friends in a church group, lives in Texas, and he said that they didn't get along because of cultural differences.
Yeah.
I think that it can be, the starting part could be attributed to that. I don't think the main problem has anything to do with race, or I don't think
Yeah.
it's race motivated at all.
I don't think the main part is race motivated. I just feel like they got off on bad terms. I feel like he shouldn't have to be the bigger person in this scenario because like
She's living there.
realistically what happened was he said, "Hey, go get your own glasses. Don't take from him because he wants to look at it too."
He said there was like points in the between, like earlier than
Yeah.
that they didn't get along on certain things, which
Yeah.
again, some people just don't click.
Yeah, some people don't click, and like he was dealing with it because like it's his
It's his house.
roommate's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Realistically, she's gonna be over when he's over, and that's all you have to deal with someone. And now she's moving in with him, which didn't ask him, right? She just kind of showed up more, isn't paying rent, and instead of saying she has to go, she can't be here at all. It's like, hey, when she's here, can you be here, please? Which
Yeah.
I think is so understandable. I don't think he's the asshole
Yeah, he's
here at
not
all.
saying I need her to leave.
Yeah, it's like I can't deal with her anymore. She can't be here.
Yeah, I just
It's
don't
like-
feel comfortable when you're not around.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's completely fair because like if she doesn't like you and then you're the only one around, she's gonna be meaner.
Yeah, I totally like this guy's not the asshole. I agree.
Yeah, I feel like it's not the asshole. There's only two things you can do in that is either get up and leave, but that's like if you're living there and you don't have many choices, especially in Texas, America right now. And then or you could just ask her to leave, but that's like a
That'll
big,
cause
big,
more
big
problems.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of stuff.
That's
broken.
breaking a friendship. Right?
Yeah, and I don't know if they're together for rent reasons or for friendship reasons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
either way, if
I think another thing that rubs me the wrong way with this though is that he's like, yeah, I'll step back for a bit so that I won't get invited to a few things. But he said it's been over a year.
Yeah.
and like obviously, I think he's more of a mean person than he's letting on because his other friends aren't like, hey, where's this guy?
yeah, like hey, what happened to
from
him?
a
He's like he's stepping back if someone else is in there, but like he's still not being asked about.
every year.
Yeah.
Like, hey, where are
So
you? man?
obviously,
Memorial for
more
him.
people
Oh my
like
God.
the girlfriend.
Yeah,
than him.
it's like a terrible
Yeah.
thing to joke about.
What's a terrible thing to joke
I've
about?
heard about it on a TikTok. I'm like,
So-
it's running-
Yeah, so
Daddy.
we're gonna explain this a little bit. So the little joke that was brought up earlier
Yes, I
of
know what it is.
it's
I
been
don't.
a year, it's been Aiden doesn't. So it's been a year, Daddy has evolved into it's been a year,
Yeah,
Daddy,
like,
and
bring her
like
on.
memeing the shit out of it. The original story though, and why I don't really like to joke with it, is because it is like an advertisement, but it's a daughter talking about her dead dad who was a cop
in 9/11.
in 9/11 for every single
Year.
year.
About a single ounce of remorse.
And it was like every five. I think it was every like 3 years from a POV of her recording. Like it's been this long, Dad, and like this is what he's
Yeah.
missed out on and stuff. And it's actually a very
It's a
sad
very good-
video,
It's a good ad.
but
really
it's
good
just
ad.
been memed to shit.
the way
of,
you
"It's
said it,
been a
I thought
year,
it was
Daddy."
Bobby from King of the Hill.
No.
No.
It's been a year, Daddy.
Again,
Daddy love me.
No, I creepily.
Is that charcoal, Daddy?
I completely agree with Joey, but also it's been a year, Daddy. It's so
funny as fuck.
funny.
It's funny.
I mean, I don't know.
It's been a year, Daddy.
You
And
might
then
be
it's
an
like,
asshole
Quadell
for
Bingo.
that one.
Is Emmett
I
the
don't know.
Is Emmett the asshole for joking about it's been a year, Daddy? And then
While
the old
willingly
man
knowing it.
and the old man with the fairy wings swings across and is like, Wendell Dingle.
That one's fine. Yes, no-
But they're always in combination. They're always in combination.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wandale Dingle, it's been a year, Daddy. It was like a thing.
So long.
That is a name of
Wandale Dingle?
ancients.
Ah, I haven't heard that one in a long time. Brings me back. Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in years.
Bro.
Does anyone else have asshole stories they want to get off? Like something that you've been holding back? a
Yeah,
little bit?
mine's itchy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Velcro thick.
Thank you guys for joining us today on this episode. We had a blast.
Thanks for listening.
Hold on, what does Velcro dick mean?
Velcro thick.
Oh,
Thicker, bro.
What do you mean Velcro
I heard
dick?
Velcro dick.
Yo, girl, how you doing?
Oh man, sorry. I need to take
Anyways.
this off.
Thank you for listening and watching the Something Objectively Stupid podcast. I hope you've enjoyed your time. If you'd like to see more of this content, go visit us on YouTube or wherever you're watching this from. Give us a like, throw us a comment. Is this guy the asshole?
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram and our socials. Have a great night, ladies and gents.
Bye, Joey.
I completely forgot to do the plug at the beginning.